Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Summer Clean Slate 2.
This time it's personal.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Well, Hal, since last week's episode, we have not moved. We're in the same chairs. Mm-hmm. We are so delighted to be, I can only speak for myself. I'm so delighted to be here. I'm not leaving. I'm strapping myself in to your home in the marina, and we're just going to argue all the time.
That's it.
Done.
That's our new life.
Done. This is where I live now.
Bunk beds.
Woohoo!
Let's jump into some more of
How
these
was your
summer
week?
topics.
No,
it's crazy. It feels like it just flew by.
It did. It was like one whole pee ago. Let's not do that in the show. I don't need to talk about that.
You don't need to talk about your peeing.
Hal, it's great to see you again.
Oh, we're going into it now?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Everything else didn't count.
That's right. This is our second of our two-part summer clean slate episode. We are fortunate enough to be in an area of the country and of the world where vaccinations have now reached a point where Hal and I can be in the same room and things are starting to reopen and summer looks like it's going to be happening around the country. So here is everything you need to know going into the summer. All of your decisions made for you. By us. You don't have to worry about anything, y'all. We got this.
That's what we're here for.
That's right. So let's dive in. What do you want to do first?
Let's bring Dr. Dave back. We said Dr. Dave would be back.
We're bringing back Dr. Dave Hoffman, Flat Top.
We're not liars. Flat Top, we have two from you.
Yeah, but we did one of them last time.
Well, I have another one on the other page.
Get out of here.
We had three.
Hold
I didn't
on
even
a
realize.
second.
Let's start. This is a warm-up.
Okay.
This is Firefly or Lightning Bug.
Oh, they're both adorable names. Only one of them is also an awesome sci-fi show.
Sure. Lightning Bug?
Yeah, you know that show, Lightning Bug.
Beloved. Canceled way too soon. It didn't even get one episode.
Lightning Bug seems like what Mad Magazine would call Firefly. Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to see Mort Drucker's drawings of Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk?
And that, the wool hat on Baldwin would change with each frame, whatever the little poof on top side, but it would be real subtle. It'd be like, oh, it's a little canary this time.
Yeah. What did you call them growing up? Were they fireflies?
I think I called them lightning bugs.
That's what we called them too.
But firefly just sounds so much. It sounds like just the word itself sounds more lyrical to me.
Lightning bug sounds like more like a down and dirty.
Yeah,
like we are
lightning bugs you see down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like you're going to go down. Oh, you're going to go down river, down the bottom of the river. When you start seeing all the lightning bugs, that's when you turn right.
Yeah.
You turn right into Baton Rouge.
Where do you see fireflies? Bloomingdale's?
Fireflies you see at Bloomingdale's.
They're saying,
my goodness, can look at the fireflies in front of the store.
They hate it when you spray the perfume at them. I had one yell at me.
Hey, get that away from me. Unless that's Chanel number 5, I'm not wearing it.
That's the noise we want them to make.
Yeah. Were you a firefly collecting kid?
Sure.
Did you do poke the holes in the jar?
Get them in a jar. Or sometimes you would smush them. And see what made it, and it would.
You would, because you're Sid from Toy Story.
I'm not Sid from Toy Story. I was young.
You were a young murderer.
I had just torn up $1. There was nothing that was free from my vengeance.
That's for all the folks that listened to last week's episode.
We reward return listenership.
We're gonna do callbacks. Remember Abner Cadaver?
Welcome to the We Got This cinematic universe.
Now flip your toilet paper around.
Just wait till that haunted doll from year 1 comes back.
Oh, God. Oh, no, I hate the haunted doll.
It's
quick,
summer now, Mark.
quick. I need an infomercial impresario to save me.
Mashed potatoes.
There he is. And this has been Callback Corner. I'm not familiar with most of these. I don't know what happens on this show.
Not a fan.
I think to me, if I was going to write a poem, I would put Firefly in the poem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lightning Bug does feel like, I'll tell you what the difference is to me. Firefly feels like an idyllic Tennessee Williams Savannah view of what summertime could be for an adult with a julep.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning Bug is, I just set down my cup with the curly straw in it and I'm going to go chase some of these things down. You know what I mean? You watch fireflies, you chase down lightning bugs.
Yeah. I love a lightning bug, though.
I like lightning
I can't
bug.
think of it being anything else.
It's kind of adorable. The lightning bug is the more like...
Firefly feels too fancy. Like,
does.
oh, we call them fireflies. No, you call them fireflies.
Yeah.
They're lightning bugs. Or if you're from Philadelphia, lightning bugs.
Lightning bugs.
Lightning bugs. Look, it's lighting. It's lighting outside.
All right, so that's all right. First upset of the game. I thought it was going to be Firefly.
Yeah.
Lightning bugs
Asked and
coming out on
answered.
top. Asked and answered, Dave Hoffman. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
Anna Hirschberg asks, hello, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
AC or windows down for summer driving?
Do you use TikTok at all?
No. You send me the good ones
Send
so
you
I
the
don't
good
have
ones.
to.
There's a lot of like life hack accounts where they're like, this is how you get spaghetti sauce stains out of Tupperware. This is how you use baking soda and vinegar or some
Wait,
ice.
how do you get spaghetti sauce stains out of
You
Tupperware?
take a little bit of water
Uh-huh.
and a little bit of dish soap
Uh-huh.
and then a torn paper towel and you put it in there and you shake it all up and supposedly that cleans it out.
You
shake
you
it
just
up.
described cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, how do you clean this? Well, a little water, a little soap, and a paper towel.
I mean, when it's baked in, apparently that does it.
It's the shaking, yeah?
I guess.
All right.
Who knows? Some of it works. I've tried some of it, but they say, they say to get when your car's overheated,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you get in the summer and the sun's been beating
Oh,
down.
yeah. I've had some of those.
That you're supposed to roll down the passenger side window and then take your driver's side door and use it as a fan and like 8 to 10 times use it to push the hot air out of the window. And yesterday I went disc golfing in Pasadena.
Yeah, and smacked yourself in the face.
I got smacked in the face. Can you tell, by the way?
No.
Do you see the swelling?
Oh, now
It's
I
gone?
do. Now that you're pointing at it. Yeah.
You see it a little bit.
Well, now it's all I'm going to see for the rest of this episode.
I thought you were staring at it the whole time, and I was going to ask off air.
I didn't
and
know. I didn't
forgot.
notice it, and frankly, don't now. But I'll keep bringing it up.
Oh, thank you. It was really hot, and I started doing it, but it was so hot that I just wound up turning the AC on.
Mm-hmm.
So in general, if you're in the car and it's getting hot as opposed to one that's been sitting and baking, I prefer air conditioning because it's actual cool air.
I prefer air conditioning too because, yeah, for that reason, if it's like a crazy, crazy hot day.
Yeah.
But there's something really fun and summery about putting the windows down. Like on the way here today, I drove with them up on the freeway and had the AC on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I got here, cause I overshot your place. I drove to Manhattan Beach and then drove the beach up and, or drove along the water up and rolled down the windows, put the sunroof open and like,
Yeah.
you know, to get that real natural air flowing through. I would say, generally speaking, I would err on the side of the air conditioner because it is, you got that button that recirculates the air that is in the car that's already cool. So it seems like a much more efficient way of cooling down.
Yeah.
But I feel like for our summer clean slate, like the summertime, the most, I guess I'm going to have a filter in these of not only the best, but also the most summertime.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And the most summertime version of that, I think, is windows down.
See, to me, spring is more the windows down time because the temperature is like sort of decent. It's a mild temperature. You've been in like a really hot climate where even when you put the top down, it's like a hairdryer is blowing in your face.
Yeah. That's true. And also, I have driven in my years of driving disposable $500 cars.
Yeah.
I think I maybe had one that had air conditioning.
And now you have an adult car.
And now I have a grown-up car.
Yeah.
And then once I got like a car with air conditioner in it, it really does make a big difference.
Right.
Yeah, I think maybe this is tough because I don't want to add caveats to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I feel like there's a temperature point, right? And it's like 75. If it's below 75, windows down. If it's above 75, windows up and the AC on. But There's not a delineator like that in the question as asked.
Yeah. And it's often above 75 in the summertime.
That's true. It can get to be, I think it's the AC.
It is the AC.
Yeah.
It's the AC.
It's the AC.
It's always fun to lower the windows for a second and get that like, where it's blowing in your face and you have to roll down the other window, especially as you approach the ocean or you get to a beachy place. Then you get to smell like the water and sort of the smells of the shore. But then you realize, oh, it's hot. And also, I'm tired of my hair blowing around, or it's going to blow my hat off or do whatever. So then it goes up and you put the AC on. And it's just getting into an air-conditioned car.
I guess I've never really thought of it this way, but you could make the distinction that I've never turned on the AC in a car and thought, this was a bad decision. I have thought to myself, I'm going to roll down the windows and get some fresh air, and then immediately gone, this is a bad decision. This feels like people are just aiming two hair dryers at me. So as much fun in the sun as I enjoy and real natural wind blowing through my hair, I got to say, I think you're right. It's officially the air conditioner. Yeah. If you have a car with air conditioning, good on you. I didn't forever.
We talked about how to cool down. Let's keep going in that direction. I have one from Leslie Troutman who asks, best way to get into cold water, stages or all in one splash? So a lot of people, even getting into a pool, will do like, you step in the first step and you wait to get acclimated, then the next step, all the while, in my opinion, getting colder and colder.
Yeah.
Better to just pull the Band-Aid off.
One big splash, man.
Yeah.
One big splash.
Get in.
Plus also, you get that moment of commiseration. If it's hot out and the water is cold, when the first person that jumps in does the like high pitched, and then immediately is like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Get in with me. And then you get in with them and you're like, you're right. It's not that bad. Third person, come join us. And then everybody's lying. Yeah, I like just jump right in, have that moment, have that experience of the shock.
Yeah.
Which is one reason I love jumping into a pool over going into a cold. If I'm going from a hot day to cold, I would rather jump into a pool than into the ocean, because the ocean, you can't do that version. There's a good, you got 20 yards of having to do it slowly.
Yeah, unless you do the thing where you step in and then just sit.
Yeah.
Or you lay
or immediately
down.
dive into the first wave that comes, which I also love.
It's fun. I always used to wear water shoes when I went to the beach as a kid and teenager, because I was convinced that either a jellyfish or a crab was waiting at the bottom. I was just waiting for a crab to pinch my foot, and it freaked me out that I didn't.
You mean like water shoes, like aqua socks?
Yeah. No, I was wearing full army boots. In the water. Those boots from the Waterworld show.
Yeah. Call back. Oh, aqua socks. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Or did you also, when they came out?
I was still afraid.
Aqua socks seem like the Google Glass of footwear.
Are they?
You're like, yeah, they're functional. Or like those
Google
shoes.
Glass aren't functional.
Those shoes where they have the toes, the little like they're gloves for your feet.
Oh yeah. Those I've heard.
I don't know. Aqua socks always just weirded me out. I was like,
yeah, but if you're
it's summertime, man, take your shoes off.
You want to wear them if you're going tubing.
Yeah, I guess we would sometimes wear Tevas. We would just wear our Tevas in the water.
You have to wear something on your feet. Those are great.
All right. I don't know. It's
Listen, if you have a fear of crabs pinching your foot and maybe leaving with a toe, because they don't know. All they know is
leaving. Where are they going? Like they also came to the beach.
Yeah, they're like, people are here. I got to leave. This was my home, but clearly
that's fair.
Now there are a bunch of giants in the neighborhood. I got to go. I'm going to take this toe with me as a reminder.
Why do hermit crabs always choose to squat in a shell? If I was a hermit crab, there's got to be something more useful or something that's more readily available. Like there's got to be a hermit crab somewhere that's like, I'm little enough. This kazoo works that I found. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. This old bicycle horn. Right? I want hermit crabs that don't just take old shells from other animals.
You could probably get it. You should get a hermit crab.
I should get a hermit crab and a terrarium and then fill the terrarium with things that I think the hermit crab might like better than a shell as their disguise.
Mm-hmm. Disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, get like a Groucho Marx glasses that it could live in the nose.
Ooh, that's so good. But then it would just look like a naked hermit crab whose glasses were too big.
Exactly. What's not to love?
Oh, that's so dumb, but delightful.
They love peanut butter. Peanut butter on a sponge.
What topic are we on?
Best way to get into cold water.
I think it's the
all
big
at once.
splash.
Yeah, asked and answered.
Yeah,
on
it's
that
the big
one.
splash.
Please.
Come on. All right. I want to do we have time before a break?
Yeah.
Do one more?
Yeah, plenty of time.
Okay, good. Because this one might be a little bit long. This is a two-parter.
Okay.
But it's a two-parter that I really enjoy from Cassie Jennings.
All right.
This is best. We're talking grilling now. Summertime barbecues. I love me a summertime barbecue.
Sure.
You got best meat to grill and best non-meat food to grill. What do you want to start?
Ooh, I guess best. Let's start with best meat.
Best meat to grill.
To grill. To out on an open flame. This is the best possible way to cook it.
Yeah.
Or no. If you have a bunch of choices
not
of
best
things to grill.
Yeah, it's not like best. The choice isn't the grill or not the grill. The choice is what meat are you grilling.
Can I be honest? There's only one meat, and this isn't the question, but just because I went down that rabbit hole, it's only one meat I think is the best on a grill as opposed to anywhere else.
What's that?
Shrimp.
Interesting.
I love shrimp skewers. I marinate it. I put it in olive oil, some fresh garlic, and salt and pepper. I let that marinate for a while, then skewer it, sit it on the grill, like a minute or two on each side. It's so good.
Yeah, I do like a good grilled shrimp. Look, a lot of stuff is, I think for purposes of this, we could do this in one of two ways. It could be about the culinary experience, or it could be about the barbecue that's being thrown. Because if it's about the culinary experience, I would say, beautifully marinated chicken breast with, that you're brushing barbecue sauce on. That's, I love that.
Yeah.
Or like a really killer burger. Burger's great for both of those.
Yeah.
But I think if we're talking about just the party element of a summertime barbecue, I think you can't go wrong with hot dogs or sausages of some kind because they're simple. They're completely portable. They're pre-cooked. So unlike in the case of a burger or chicken,
or seafood,
what's not fun is the dealing with raw poultry part of having a barbecue.
That's true.
It's you want it to be easy. You got to throw a bunch of toppings out there. You can get fancy. You can do like the fancy sausages, or you can just go straight up hot dogs. I think for ease of use and for portability, and portability I think is a big part of a backyard barbecue is because sometimes you want to take it to the park. You want to, load everything up in the car and do it in a park. I would argue that for the sake of that, sausages or hot dogs would be number one. But if it's the culinary experience, obviously it's going to be something fancier. But as far as meats to grill at a barbecue.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. That makes the most sense. They're really, really good grilled. It's nice you have the little 3 grill marks along it. You can do it that way.
They're real forgiving. You can burn them and they're delicious.
People love.
You can just burn. I love them burnt. Give me that good char on the outside.
I just need them heated. I like 3 grill marks, but they're all good. You put enough mustard on it, it's fine.
Yeah. And you can go brats.
Yeah.
You can go, oh man, now I want to.
Veggie dogs are really good
Veggie dogs are, and that's another thing is you don't have to change. I guess you don't really for burgers either.
Yeah.
You don't really have to change it. Yeah. Yeah. Regular dog, veggie dog, whatever. You can go full Chicago with the pickle and the tomatoes. Everybody can dress it their own way, however they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the humble sausage. Yeah. The humble pre-cooked sausage.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Boom. What about non-meat to grill?
To me, it's corn.
Oh,
because you can
summertime right there.
Yeah, put it directly on the grill, get a char on it, or you can wrap it in tinfoil and heat it up that way, and then you roll it in the butter. I mean, either way. Yeah. And you can cut it off and you create like a little whole corn side, or you can eat it right off the cob.
Yeah.
I think it meets all the requirements. It is handheld, self-contained. And it's great. It is an ultimate summertime. That is a summertime food.
And there are other great non-meats things to grill, but it feels like they're more accessories to other things. Like a pineapple ring is delicious on the grill, but that's more to put on something. Corn, just summertime corn on the grill is, delightful.
The first instinct I had was portobello mushroom. Just because it can take the place of a burger. But just corn, you just can't beat it.
Yeah. And it smells good, to everyone around. I'll tell you another crazy good grill thing that I love. You don't need oysters though, do you?
I don't.
So if you want cooked oysters, this is what my dad does at his place in Florida. He'll turn on the grill just to get it hot, and we'll get raw, unshucked oysters. and so they're still closed and, living, and we'll just put those in the grill. And as they get hot, they just steam inside. And when they're ready to eat, they pop open, and it is the tastiest.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes, you are murdering them.
I just think do you remember SNL when they had Larry the Lobster?
I don't.
This is early 80s, where there was a lobster that people could call in and vote and decide whether the lobster would be thrown in the pot
this.
or would get to ride in a limousine and have a date and get this night on the town. It was Larry the Lobster.
Oh my God, I remember this. Did he win? Did they eat him?
I don't remember.
If it was a big enough lobster, a big old delicious lobster, I'd be like, sorry, television, I don't care which way this vote goes.
I feel like the bit was that Larry went on the date. I feel like that's the better comedy choice.
Of course.
He went to the Plaza Hotel.
Yeah, would you rather see a lobster in a pot of boiling water, which you can see anywhere, or would you rather see a lobster on a date at the Plaza?
Yeah, with Morgan Fairchild or whoever.
Oh my God. So yeah, the best meat to grill. Again, we're not going culinary. We're not chefs here trying to
apologize or
fancy.
You know what? Stand in it.
You know what? I'm standing in it.
Stand in your power.
Pre-cooked sausages and corn.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
We have another great one from Cassie. We'll get this one in before the break. We'll take a break after this. Worst body part to sunburn.
Your genitalia. Let's take a break.
Schmanners. Noun. Definition. Rules of etiquette designed not to judge others, but rather to guide ourselves through everyday social situations.
Hello, Internet. I'm your husband host, Travis McElroy.
And I'm your wife host, Teresa McElroy.
Every week on Schmanners, we take a look at a topic that has to do with society or manners. We talk about the history of it. We take a look at how it applies to everyday life. And we take some of your questions. And sometimes we do a biography about a really cool person that had an impact on how we view etiquette. So join us every Friday and listen to Schmanners on MaximumFun.org or wherever podcasts are found.
Manners, schmanners. Get it?
If you want to make ends meet in a hip town, the kind with great coffee, lots of dog parks, you're gonna need a side hustle. In Brooklyn, maybe you drive rideshare. In Fairhaven, it's more like slaying psychic beasts with your custom-balanced throwing knives.
Hey, are you from Hunter?
I guess so. Hold on, I have to ask you some stuff. Are you hurt?
No.
Do you feel yourself developing strange powers?
I mean, I saw a ghost once.
Okay, I'm gonna put down no.
Okay.
So, you're having some sort of monster issue.
Oh, it's like a pod, I guess. Here it is. Is that what you call it? Like a pod?
Yeah, pod works.
Oh, it's opening!
Morgan leaps back and positions the metal spear she's been carrying on her back. She points it towards the bug, which swipes the spear away just as an electrical bolt fires from the tip. It hits the gate to a petting zoo, and a bunch of baby goats come streaming out.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate how cute this is?
It's great. I hope someone's filming it.
Oh my God. I just love baby goats.
Bubble, the sci-fi comedy from MaximumFun.org. Just open your podcast app and search for Bubble.
And we're back.
Not that that's ever happened because I'm not a nude sunbather. All right, let's actually answer this question. The worst part of your body to sunburn. I don't know, shoulders, it sucks because everybody wants to hug you and backslap you in the summertime.
Yeah, those are bad because it's a high contact area. You know what's real bad?
Your dominant hand would suck.
You know, you always
like
fall
if you
asleep
sunburn
with your hand up high like you're asking a question. I put mine on a little stand because I don't want it to get tired.
I just put mine in the red light window of whatever diner I'm closest to.
The tops of your feet getting sunburned.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Absolute torture.
Yeah.
putting on socks, showering, it all filters down to your feet.
You ever go to Dodger Stadium or any baseball stadium or any sporting event and you're like, oh, it's summertime, I'll wear shorts. And then when you get home, you have those 2 red dots right above your knees because you weren't thinking, I'm going to be sitting in direct sunlight.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst.
I hate that.
Also, another one purely for vanity's sake, that it sucks to get sunburned is your face. Yep. Because when your face starts to peel over the course of the summer, you just look like you're molting and there's a slightly more indoorsy person underneath.
Mm-hmm. You look like you're Han Solo coming out of carbonite freezing. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. And it's just like
sunburn.
Parts of my face are just flaking off like I got grayscale or whatever it was called from Game of Thrones. But yeah, I mean, genitalia. Genitalia is the worst.
That is the worst. Asked and answered from that one. What's next, Mark?
Let's go to... Ooh, I don't want to do another food one.
All right, come on.
Because this one blew my mind, Sarah Larson. Blew my mind.
Our ballroom dancer.
That's right. We just met and chatted with her. Best kind of chocolate for s'mores. And she has 4 listed here. 2 of them I'd never thought of.
Okay.
Classic Hershey bar.
Sure.
Dark chocolate. Mm-hmm. And then I was not aware you were allowed to use non-strictly just chocolate in a s'more. She has Rolos and Reese's peanut butter cups on here.
I thought this was a joke.
This is amazing.
What else could you put on there? What about a York peppermint patty?
I don't know if the peppermint would necessarily go that well with, because the graham crackers kind of got that nutty, bad. Salty.
It would turn into toothpaste.
Yeah.
What else would be good though? I'm trying to look and see.
The one that piqued my interest the most on this, because it feels like it might be the perfect size, is a Rolo. Because it's mostly chocolate. It's that teeny thin layer of caramel. The Reese's peanut butter cup might be too big. That's a big old hunk on there. Do a mini? Oh, you could do a mini, yeah.
Or you could also do a bigger s'more.
Like a double-sized s'more.
Yeah.
But the Rolo is, I'm like, that's kind of the perfect little, for a square of s'more. Mm-hmm. Then you get a chocolate, you get a little bit of the caramel. Now, that said, I have always only ever done them one way. And that is with a classic Hershey bar.
Yeah.
And even using Hershey chocolate is different than using any other kind of chocolate, because American Hershey chocolate is, made with a completely different kind of milk than any other chocolate is. So
yes,
a Hershey s'more tastes so distinctly what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is an Americana Hershey s'more. Hershey sells s'more kits.
That's the recipe.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm intrigued by both of these.
Yeah.
Dark horses. It just immediately sets my mind off to think what else.
Yeah. It's not dark chocolate, by the way.
No. I mean the dark and
no. I'm saying I'm saying we're eliminating.
No, too bitter. Yeah.
As Hal has said on this show before,
it's homework.
Yeah, dark chocolate tastes like homework.
Don't put homework on your s'mores. I'm looking at the candy that I have here.
You are eyeballing your craft services corner.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. I have a bag of robin's eggs from Easter left over.
That could be interesting.
What about Whoppers? A couple Whoppers in there.
I don't think there's enough chocolate. That's a thin coating of chocolate on a Whopper.
You took some Whoppers and put them in a blender, and then
I still don't think there's enough chocolate. I think it would make more of like a chocolatey crumble.
Yeah. That's more malt than anything else.
Now, if you had a good layer of
also that
melty Hershey chocolate,
yeah,
and then did a little Whopper crumble before you put the marshmallow on,
a little malt powder in there,
that could be delicious.
Oh,
right. Now we're reinventing the wheel.
I have Hot Cheetos mac and cheese. I've never tried it.
Well, we should try those.
Ooh.
Oh, it's mac and cheese that is flavored like Hot Cheetos, or Hot Cheetos that are flavored like mac and cheese?
It's mac and cheese that is Hot Cheetos flavored.
Gotcha.
It just looks like it looks like you can just, if you hold the box, there's like a rough cardboard to this that's like, when are you going to get diarrhea? We didn't invest this much in the packaging. That's fine.
It should come with a prize, and the prize is like a portable roll of toilet paper.
Aloe wipes.
Yeah. Some dude wipes.
Dude wipes. Ugh. I can't think of anything Those both sound really good. I would try them both. I'm sure I would enjoy them. Just nothing tops
the icon.
That original. You're trying to improve on something that's already been perfected. And it's great to take culinary risks.
Yeah.
I'm all about learning a recipe. I like to learn it and know how to make it. And then I start playing around after that and going, all right, what flavors am I missing? What do I want to add? What would make it exciting one time? But if it's a good recipe, you keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
So I think it's Hershey's milk chocolate.
I think it is too. What is your s'more technique? Do you have a specific s'more technique?
Well, Jennifer has a technique that I really like, and it's something she developed over quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have open flames here. We don't have a gas-powered grill.
I should hope
electric.
not. At the current moment, bedroom's on fire.
Yeah, it's on fire. That's why I have the door closed. I mean, there's a grill out there. We don't have a fire pit or anywhere where you can roast marshmallows. So, a campfire situation, you roast the marshmallow, then you make your sandwich. What she will do is take a ramekin and she will do a layer of graham cracker at the bottom, then a layer of chocolate, then a layer of mini marshmallows or marshmallow, and then she'll put it under the broiler for like 2 minutes, and that gives it the crisp. She will always pull it out, and then before she eats it, she's sitting next to me, she will go and tap it so that you can hear the spoon hitting the crust. And then you have a homemade s'more.
That's nice.
Without needing a campfire. And I think that's a really, really good method.
That is a good method.
What about you?
I'm a little more old school. I do it strictly at campfires, pretty strictly at campfires, except there was a great bar in New York called Camp that used to give you a little like Sterno can s'mores kit.
Yep.
That you could order from the bar, which was the greatest. But, my technique is for years, it was all about that marshmallow. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that marshmallow, getting it just right, like holding it far enough from the flame where the inside of it gets soft too. So it's not just crispy burnt on the outside. I will keep the marshmallow out of the flame, but hot for a while. And then at the end, I'll dunk it in, sear it a little bit, right?
Okay.
But the other trick that for me made the big difference was pre-prepping the graham cracker with the chocolate on it. Because what I had done for the longest time was I would okay, my marshmallow's ready, and get a graham cracker, put a piece of chocolate on it, put the marshmallow down, smush.
And it's already cooled by that
Then
point.
you got cold chocolate.
Yeah.
So what I do now is I take one of the graham cracker squares, put the chocolate on it, and then set that on one of the fireplace stones on the outside. Just to get it warm and melted. If one side of it starts to get a little tan, like if the graham cracker starts to toast, I'll turn it around. But and it only takes a couple minutes to get that chocolate melty enough. You don't want it crazy where it's just dripping, but but that's a little summertime tip for all you fine folks out there.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
But it is, it's the classic Hershey bar, my friend.
That's it.
Yeah.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. What else? What do you got? What are you looking at? What's catching your eye?
Oh, I like a lot of these. I want to go with one from Anna Brecky.
Okay.
We have two. I think one of them's real easy. So let's start with the one that maybe there's a little bit more discussion.
There's three from her.
There are three?
Mm-hmm. Got one on the first page too.
Oh, that's true. We do. We'll leave that for a little bit. I'm doing the two that are paired here.
Gotcha.
First is canoe or kayak.
Canoe, you got somebody to talk to.
Like I always think about, was it Sesame Street where they had the kayaker and the kayaking? With kayaking, you can turn yourself over and then turn yourself back.
Oh.
And I would watch the guy do this 70s guy with a beard doing it. I thought it was the coolest. I was terrified of being trapped underwater. I was convinced for a number of years that that's how I would die, that I would I would finally work up the courage to go kayaking and just be trapped in my own hubris underwater.
Yeah. I could see that happening.
Yeah, a canoe is fun.
I think a canoe is more of a communal experience.
Yeah.
It feels to me that the difference between driving a 2-seater Porsche and driving a 1985 Wagoneer. You know what I mean? Like a 2-seater Porsche, it's usually just going to be just you. You've got it's you. It's sleek. Mm-hmm. It's all about the motion and that's a canoe is this kind of big lumbering thing. You can put a tackle box in it. You can fish while you're in a canoe.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
And it requires teamwork to operate. There are 2-person kayaks.
Sure.
But canoes are more, it's open and you carry it down to the water and You get it. I mean, it's both boats. Why am I describing it like it's the, it's the only one, it's the only boat you take down to the water and then get in?
But it feels like, I mean, it's, you know what it is? A canoe feels like a boat in its simplest form.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, here's a paddle. That's your propellant that makes the thing move.
Yeah.
This very simple thing is going to keep you and your friend afloat. And here's a little bench in the middle so you can play cards. You know what I mean? There's something kind of groovy about a canoe.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Canoe's the answer.
Shout out to our ancient ancestors who invented the canoe so that we could goof around in them.
You canoed so we could canoe.
That's true. You canoed so we could kayak, but we still canoe.
But we still canoe instead.
Yeah.
I have a friend who loves to kayak. He calls it yakking. I went yakking this weekend.
that
you don't go canoeing, you go yakking.
Yeah. Because, like, if you lived in Tibet, going yakking would be a much more crazy sport. You'd be like, what is that?
All right, your turn.
Did you want to do the other Anna Brecki?
Yeah, the other Anna Brecki is lawn darts. Yes or no?
I've never played lawn darts. It seems...
You know why?
They're just giant, scary darts that you throw in your yard.
Yeah.
When you're drunk at a party?
Yeah, it's one of those lawn games where you throw it at a target and...
Look,
I don't... Horseshoes or cornhole.
I normally like playing outdoor summertime party games, and I don't like yucking anyone's yum.
Mm-hmm.
But you get back in this house this instant, you put those lawn darts away. That is dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to have those around kids.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy something that comes with like a bold warning statement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, hey, you know what sounds fun, kid? Here's a bucket of ninja stars. You're like, what? Yeah, it seems dangerous. You put those down. Put those down, get back in this house.
Yeah, something that could be a murder weapon and clue should not be part of a lawn game. There are plenty of great lawn games. In fact, somebody asked about the best lawn game, but I did not include it.
That feels like a full episode.
That's going to be a full
episode.
Sure. We'll discuss that at some point.
And by the way, we won't be able to get through that episode without talking about my favorite lawn game, which is the tennis ball and Velcro mitt. Love me a tennis ball and Velcro mitt.
It makes you feel like you can catch anything, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I can go for the craziest dive, and that Velcro mitt is going to be my Mookie Betts.
Got my Mookie glove.
That's right. All right. What's next?
So that is a no asked and answered.
That is a no. Oh, let's try this one because we're talking about this.
Let's try.
So here's one that looks fun. Cody Madsen asks, what is the best firework?
Okay.
It's summertime. I'm ready to go to the Hollywood Bowl and see some fireworks. I'm ready to go to the Hollywood Bowl anyway. I've been ready to go to the Hollywood Bowl for 2 years now. I love that place. But what's the best firework? Let's start with, what's your favorite? Are you you like the big flashy ones? Are you a Roman candles and bottle rockets kind of guy?
I like the big ones. I always like the end of a show. The beginning of a fireworks show and the end of a fireworks show are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
The middle, what feels like 5 hours of a fireworks show, where it's like at the start, it's like hot and heavy. And then all of a sudden, the space between the fireworks gets longer.
That's
and they
the
get less
artisanal
impressive.
fireworks.
It's like, that one. I feel like I just saw that one. Now I'm seeing that one again. I got it.
It's the nuance in the middle, man. The big at the end. If you've got John Philip Sousa, it's like, let's see how much crap we can put in the sky. But if you got a little Tchaikovsky in the middle, you got and that's when the little dainty ones happen.
I'm not a fan. I think there's room for all fireworks, but my favorite of all time, the earliest fireworks shows that I can remember from childhood was on our little block of Rutland in Northeast Philadelphia. And we would just set off fireworks. Like, they was just like the neighbor, that area, our little area of the block, our fireworks. And one neighbor would fire off these lanterns. It would go up like a rocket, and then there'd be the fireworks, and then this lantern with light inside it would float down.
Ooh.
And we all went nuts trying to catch the lantern.
The flaming hot lantern.
You wanted to be the one that when it landed, it was fine. Then you could hang it up. You had a cool little thing.
Oh.
But that was such a big deal. And that stands out in my mind that's my personal favorite. I don't know that it's the best, and I don't think it's as
I don't know
common.
I don't know if it's common enough to be, it feels a little niche, but
what about you?
Fantastic.
You like the small ones because you're from the South, where like you would go buy a stand and you could buy not only whatever fireworks you want, but a pump shotgun.
Yeah, you can buy anything on the side of the road. Yeah, in Tennessee. I think it's two different categories in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're determining is there are the big, like, Disneyland or your local radio station throws a 4th of July party, which we had in Tennessee, or the Hollywood Bowl or whatever big event in your town. And I think there are a lot of great fireworks in that. And those are some of the ones we can talk about in a second. We will get back to some of the big classics.
Right.
But then there's also that small, intimate version of fireworks, which nothing says summer to me like just you and your nephew waving around a sparkler. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like dusk hits, the lightning bugs come out, and, you know, you get a sparkler. That kind of like, there's the little magic moments that fireworks have, like when you're doing that or having Roman candle fights with your brother. We used to have Roman candle fights.
Of course you did. When you were done trying to push each other off of boats.
Exactly. Callback. So I don't know. Do we want little magic or big magic? I mean, it's fireworks.
I think you want big magic.
I think you want big magic. I think the question is asking of the big old mamma jammas. Like,
yeah.
And I would argue that for me, it is, I like a brocade. I like a chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
I like a peony. I like any of these big ones that are giant, perfect spheres. But also another one that I really love is the willow. Do you know the willow?
Yes, that is where it's most of the light is at the top, and then it's like it's cascading.
Yeah,
down.
it does a big explosion at the top,
like
and then a slow sort of trickle of magical light.
That is a really nice one. I'm a fan of the crosette where it's like branching, like these arms of flame, but also a spinner is incredible just because it's creating that pattern.
Oh, where they do like a spiral on the way up.
Yeah, those are really good. I also love a brocade and a peony because they remind me of the opening credits of Superman. When you're flying through space and you see all those different pieces. The chrysanthemum is like your basic, it is exploded.
The giant
all
blast.
The light is on the outside as opposed to a brocade or a peony where there's an inner package of light in there.
A brocade feels to me like a nice combo too, because it has that element that a willow would have where it does the big explosion like a chrysanthemum does. And then it has that sort of trickle. And I've even seen some great brocades where the tips of the brocade, they'll put a little crackle or a little glitter on there. And then you get that extra little bit. That I think might be the best one, which is the big booming brocade that trickles down a little bit, and then on the tips just does like a little.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are fantastic. Yeah,
I think that's the best firework.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
By the way, have I ever shown you? It used to be a tape. Now it's a digital file, but it is a collection of found footage. The majority of which is rejected.
Wait, what is this called?
Well, the majority.
Is this the thing that's taking up 2 gigs of space in our We Got This folder? It's what looks like some homemade video that I'm like, what is this thing?
It's possible. I don't know if that's it or not, but let's find out. It's mostly rejected submissions to America's Funniest Home Videos. One of them is somebody.
Oh, that's what the world needs, is the videos that weren't funny enough for that show.
Well, it's interesting what people think is funny. Like, here's a guy practicing his golf swing indoors, and then his wiener starts poking out of the front of his boxer shorts, which he doesn't notice. Somebody sent that in and thought, you know what Bob Saget wants to show an audience of families at 7:30 p.m. on a Sunday? My mushroom head.
Wiener.
That's what they want to see. They want to see my bell end. Check it out as I try to work on my slice and put a hole in the carpet. Oh, they're going to love this. I mean, truthfully, knowing Bob Saget as a stand-up, he probably would enjoy showing that to a bunch of families just to shock them. But among them is they're setting off neighborhood fireworks. And as is often the case, the people who are setting off these neighborhood fireworks are not experts. They don't really know how everything, they just sort of read the instructions and go, here we go. Oddly, never hired a guy.
There was always just a guy on the corner with the sign that said, hire me to light your fireworks.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other block always got him.
6 Finger Rick, we called him.
6 Finger Rick. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Shake hands with danger. Great instructional film if you haven't seen it. That's a safety film from 1980.
Oh my God.
Shake hands with danger. And that's
Is that
the
real?
song. Yeah. There's a guitar sing. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Shake hands with danger. And the singer is called, I think his name is 3 Finger Joe or maybe 6 Finger Joe. And it's because he had a workplace accident. And
oh my God.
Everybody watch Shake Hands with Danger. Don't watch it with your children. But this video is, you see the fireworks go off and then one of them just leans over and shoots into a garage. That is the garage where they were storing all the other fireworks. So they all start going off and shooting out.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see like oh no. And the camera, they start running away. And I think the camera falls over. And you hear at a certain point it cuts to, you hear like the fire department sirens and some guys going, get those kids away from there. I don't know how many were in there. I don't know how many, like, he started talking about, I don't know how many fireworks were in there.
Oh my God. I thought you meant kids.
No, not kids.
It's like the end of Mulan, but in real life. And Bob Saget talking over it.
Yeah.
To be fair, when I watched Mulan, Bob Saget was talking over it.
Saying, hey, have you seen this video of this guy taking a golf swing?
Bob, stop talking. I'm trying to watch Mulan.
God, there are videos where you are sure that the person in it has died. But you know that they submitted the video.
Yeah.
Or you have to believe that that's what happened. Mm-hmm. Talking to you, cover off the pool guy.
Oh, God. Like, yeah, you can't like just mail a snuff film to America's Funniest Videos. Yeah.
And now, Bob Saget, my masterpiece. You will never catch me.
Mr. Police, I gave you all the clues.
Also, here is a video of my infant son hitting me in the crotch with a fungo bat. Your move, Saget.
I would watch that dark movie.
Yeah, of course you would.
All right, what else do we have? Oh, here's a couple that are go back to back, I think.
Okay.
That are kind of similar. Beach umbrella or no beach umbrella, which leads me also to full sun or shade, because it's kind of the same thing. If you can get that beach umbrella, do you know how long full sun is great? 20 minutes.
That is true.
And then I look at the group next to me that sprung for the umbrella, and I try to angle my chair if it's late in the day and it's throwing that long shadow to where I get some of that sweet, sweet shade.
You know, I think everybody knows how to put a beach umbrella in except for me and my immediate family. Because I feel like if I put a beach umbrella into the ground, no matter how much time I spend getting it deep in there and twisting and stuff, that it will fall over within 10 seconds. And then I see other people, they're like, look at our perfect beach umbrella, honey. This is so wonderful. We're so well protected from the sun. And we can dive so well.
How do you not? I'm so confused. Like, are you not just jabbing it deep enough?
I guess. I don't know.
You got to stick it in deep, brother.
Or I'm putting it in like quicksand. I found the one hole.
That's the thing. Of all the places that you and Bill would wind up going to the beach, you would be the only ones that somehow found the quicksand. And your chairs are just slowly sinking.
Boy, the environment's really changing. Greenhouse gases.
The answer is
beach umbrella. Because I was going to.
The answer is beach umbrella and shade. Yeah. And also, it's like genetically in our bodies to seek.
If I'm at the beach, though, I agree with you, shade. 100% shade.
Yeah.
I want the shade because then I can control when I go out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm at the beach, I like to lay out or, sit out there until I'm so hot that I go in the water to cool off.
That's true.
Then I use the sun to dry me off until it's time to go back in the water again. Not even realizing how much I'm dehydrating myself until later on when I get a headache.
But that to me sounds amazing for that 20 minutes.
That's more than 20 minutes.
You know what I mean? No. I mean the 20 minutes that I can handle laying out. You know what I mean?
Like, then you go in the water.
Yeah, I guess I want the option of shade.
Okay.
That's what it is. But that's not the question. The question is full sun or shade, not full sun or partly sunny with the option of shade.
It is summertime.
Mm-hmm.
So I think probably beach umbrella is better. It's smarter also to have.
Yeah, it's also,
it's for your
less
own good.
Skin cancer.
Yes. So that's the answer.
Yeah.
So the answer is beach umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is also
shade.
Shade. We don't have many left.
We have a couple left.
Yeah, not many at all.
I think just two.
We've really nailed it.
We did.
All right.
We got two left.
Which one do you want to do first?
I think one is another one that feels super easy.
Okay.
And that is sunscreen, spray or lotion. Also from Dr. Dave Hoffman.
Yes.
Spray. I'm 100% a spray man.
See, I'm a lotion person.
Okay, then this is not as easy as I thought. Because the spray to me takes 2 seconds. Boom, done. One person can do it. You don't get all goopy.
I get that. It is definitely easy. And yesterday, before I left, I was responsible. I had a suntan lotion specifically for the face that I put on my face and ears and neck. And then I did a spray for the back of my neck and my arms. So I was wearing sweatpants. And I found it is goopy and it's oily, But I found that spray is tacky. It's got a tack to it.
Some of them
so
do,
it gets like a stickiness to it that I don't like. But I bring it, if I'm going to Disney, when I had my D bag, as I called it, my Disney bag.
Buddy, you've had a D bag in your heart for as long as I've known you.
Thank you. That's sweet. That's real sweet. Look at you. Look at that D bag over there.
Yeah.
But I would carry the spray in there because it's easier. It's not going to break open and leak into a bag if you bring it with you.
Right.
A lotion to me just feels like more protection too, but a spray is more convenient. I'd rather feel a little bit oily than have that tackiness.
Yeah. I guess the one I hate like all of them. I wear them because I have to if I'm in the sun, but I do not like any of them. But working at theme parks, it was always get the spray and get the Neutrogena's, like super thin layer spray. That was the one I was used specifically because it didn't give you that sticky, tacky feeling.
Okay.
But I don't know. I thought this was an easy one.
Well, spray feels like a newer technology. It feels like an improvement over the, nobody has
Whereas
to
the Rolo feels like an alternative to the unimprovable Hershey.
Right.
The spray feels like a definite improvement over the lotion.
What about a roll-on sunscreen? The one where it's like
make a roll?
It's like a deodorant.
Well, I mean, I don't.
Don't they make that?
Probably.
Did I dream it?
You may have. But now I'm thinking like, well, why do I need roll-on deodorant sunscreen? My armpits never get sunburnt. My genitalia does.
Yeah, you have to roll it down there. For the down there places.
Oh my God.
I'll go with the spray.
Yeah.
I think a spray is what pushes me over the edge is they're both unpleasant tactile experiences at some point, but one of them you can do by yourself.
Yeah.
That is a big deal. Because not everybody has somebody slathering sunscreen on them.
Right.
Or you find yourself in a situation where they're not there. And it can be awkward to ask people.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, your Harley's really loud. Can you turn that off? Will you rub this lotion on my back?
Yep.
Thanks, man. That's a great album. Is that Anthrax you're listening to?
Yep.
Oh, they're so good. Anyway, here's some SPF 50 for me.
All right. Enjoy listening to Milk while I do it. Your skin is supple.
Thank you. Thank you. You got that spot. That one spot is great.
Let me keep working it. I feel a knot.
Okay. I don't know how I'd even get a knot in my temples, but okay.
Why do you carry so much tension there? Let's talk about it.
You're really looking directly in my eyes while you rub this in, aren't you?
Yeah, it's better if I do it that way. For me.
Now I have the horrible visual image of a stranger off a Harley rubbing sunscreen into my temples with unbroken eye contact.
Well, now that that's done, I'm going to leave.
Goodbye, mythical stranger.
Oh, he flew into the sky.
I miss him.
And that is the story of Abner Cadabra.
Oh, brought it full circle. Was that all of them?
Yes, well, that's it. We can't top that.
This is an absolute delight, Hal Lublin. And thank you to the people of the world for this. And thank you to all of the scientists who have gotten us back into a room together.
Yes.
I cannot thank the people who have been working their butts off through this whole pandemic and who have gotten a vaccine for the world and those who are trying to get that vaccine out into the world. I encourage everyone to go get that vaccine if it is available to you.
Yes.
These summertime topics are closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us on Twitter, or
you can email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or enjoy summer with us and all of your fellow people of the world in our Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/WeGotThisPodcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, for giving Hal and I a chance to sit in the same room, give each other a great big hug, and rub sunscreen into one another's temples with unbroken eye contact. This is a delight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.